Hi, Webmaster Posse participants. It's Michael Pierce here with a little bit of information about how these meetings are supposed to be set up and how it's supposed to run. So normally, the webmaster or the meeting hoster will start off the session. He will call the meeting to order. He will introduce the guest speaker and talk about who the hot seat participant will be. Then he will let the guest speaker speak. After the guest speaker speaks, there will either be a rebuttal session or a 15-minute session of who I am and what I do, where each person attending the meeting will have a chance to identify who they are and what they do. For everybody else in attendance, we'll also work on how this is phrased and how well we say it, so it's collectively as a group we're working on our communication skills. Part of the way the meeting is set up is so that all the participants will have to talk at some point during the meeting or become uncomfortable and not want to come back. Because let's face it, it's a communications training form, so if communicating wasn't part of the event, and you didn't have to communicate to participate, some people wouldn't. I've attended some really high-level masterminds with some amazingly gifted people, and you would be amazed at how many of the people that are there to participate don't actually get involved in the conversation and miss that huge opportunity. I know from my own experience that when I speak up, share what I'm stuck with, ask for help, there's always answers. And the more open you are to this process, the faster you will move. No man is an island. I used to have a huge problem with this. So I've created a format where I will work together with a group to the betterment of all involved. Think about it. If you had a place you could go once a week, or even more than once a week if you wanted to participate, where at least once a month every part of the group focus could be focused about you and your question and your burning desire for an answer, how productive that would be. And even on the meetings where it wasn't all about you, you would at least have a chance to talk about who you are and what you do, or to talk about what the guest speaker had shared in an interactive roundtable format. I'm really building Camelot. It is a place where equals can come to the round table, share what they need before the group, and get help with it. Some people are looking at their niche, trying to decide which one of their past skills that they need to utilize to put themselves to best use. And sometimes question and answers with a group can drag this out of a person when they could have taken months or years trying to figure it out by themselves. Another potential thing is quite often after 3 or 4 months, 6 months down the road, people have made a bunch of changes to their site and they're not sure why it hasn't worked for them. So sometimes asking the group for their advice can narrow down or eliminate a bunch of clutter so that only the important features are present when the audience comes to look, so there's less confusion, and that way things get clearer, and when you have a clear message, people can decide whether they want to listen to it or go. Either way, we're good with that. That's the secret of attraction marketing, and you have to be willing to let them leave. Likewise, because you let some leave, some will stay. So accept that and embrace that. Come learn how to be a better communicator in this Webmaster's Posse. And people wonder why I use Posse, but Posse in the old days was where the sheriff had a problem. He called out to other community leaders and business owners and people that stood up and counted for things in his community and said, this is a problem. Let's get together as a group. Let's create a forum. Let's talk, share, and grow. Because let's face it, alone, no man or woman is an island, and it gets pretty lonely at the top. So I want to be surrounded by people that I like and respect. That is part of what I'm building here. Let's face it, it's an open community, but if people are difficult or whiny or complaining or just not pleasant to be around, they will be asked to leave. One of the nice things about the webinar on air format and the hangout format is somebody's being difficult, they can just be mooted. They can also be blacklisted so they can no longer attend. So think about it. If an open learning forum where education is the feature, it's not about products or services, although these things might come up during the course of the meeting, because when I have a guest speaker come in, Whoever's in charge of the meeting is going to share what they're best at. That way the people of the group, if they want to benefit from the services or the programs that the guest speaker is offering, they'll know what their specialty is when they need help. And collectively we'll all get better because we'll always also know what everybody else is up to. And say somebody's really good at graphics and somebody else needs some web design done, and somebody else needs help setting up a fan page, or somebody else needs help running a group meeting and they want to use this format. Together, we're all better. So let's hang out together and get better. Welcome to the Webmasters Posse. Take care and have a great day.